South Florida, this is Headliners, only on CBS News Miami.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Headliners. I'm Elliot Rodriguez. The Roman Catholic Church has a new leader, Pope Leo XIV. Catholics around the world watching as white smoke poured out of the chimney of the Sistine Chapel, announcing the beginning of a new papacy. CBS News Miami's Yvonne Taylor spoke to some South Florida Catholics about their expectations for the new pontiff.
When Pope Leo XIV was greeted with cheers in Vatican City, at the school in Pompano Beach, students and teachers also celebrated he's an American.
I was pretty surprised.
We met Dalton Steele and his dad after class. He told us he went from surprised to excited.
I'm proud. Proud. Happy and proud.
Cardinal Robert Francis Prevost, 69, from Chicago, was elected the 267th Pope of the Roman Catholic Church on Thursday. He defied the long-standing belief that church leaders would never select a pope from a global superpower.
I think it's a proud moment for the United States as a whole to be represented in such a world stage. It is important.
As students were let out of class and some parents picked up their children, Ignacia Calena told me she's hopeful the new pope will follow the steps of Francis.
It's good, right? The world needs him.
The last one was quite open, but I hope this one
is as open?
Yeah, and even more.
Marie Prince told me she hopes the new American Pope is as progressive and accepting as Pope Francis. Any specific issue that you would like to see him open?
Homosexuality, everything that's usually a big concern with their religion.
Pope Leo XIV will soon face decisions affecting the direction of the church and the world's 1.4 billion Roman Catholics. And some of the people that we talked to also told me that they cannot wait to hear when will the new Pope be coming to America, because they want to celebrate with him, but here in the U.S. We are in Pompano Beach. Yvonne Taylor, CBS News, Miami.
And changing gears now, the Florida House has unanimously passed the Tristan Murphy Act, a bill prioritizing treatment rather than incarceration for mentally ill individuals detained for most non-violent offenses. The bill came in response to the CBS News Miami documentary Warehouse, the life and death of Tristan Murphy, which detailed how Murphy, a schizophrenic sent to a South Florida prison on a littering charge, killed himself by using a chainsaw. CBS News Miami's Jim DeFede has the story.
Today, we honor Tristan Murphy. Today, we turn a wrong into a right. We shift from incarceration to treatment and from handcuffs to humanity.
Tristan's parents, Cindy and Dennis Murphy, traveled to Tallahassee to meet with legislators over the past 2 years, hoping to change how the criminal justice system deals with the mentally ill, so that what happened to their son wouldn't happen to anyone else.
House Amendments 1149231.
On Friday, they gathered with friends and family in Port Charlotte and waited anxiously to see if the House would pass the bill in its closing hours.
Mr. and Mrs. Murphy, I know you're watching. Please know that your son Tristan didn't die in vain. He has changed the course and lives of individuals that suffer from mental illness. My promise to you and Tristan's sons is to continue to make this bill even better in the future. He will not be forgotten. When I came to Tallahassee,
Come here, I want you to see this. Colton, hurry.
I had many ask what I expect.
As the vote drew closer, Cindy called for Tristan's youngest son, Colton, who's 9, to join her.
Tristan is smiling down upon us today. Today, as a body, we have the ability to change lives. So let all of us be up for Tristan Murphy today. Yes. With that, I close. Mr. Speaker.
Members, all in favor of the motion say yea. Opposed, no. The motion is agreed to. The question now occurs on final passage of CS for Senate Bill 168. The clerk will unlock the machine and members will proceed to vote. Have all members voted? Have all members voted? The clerk will lock the machine and announce the vote.
99 yeas, 0 nays, Mr. Speaker.
Show the bill passes. Read the next message.
The Honorable Daniel Perez, Speaker. I am directed to inform the House of Representatives that the Senate has amended.
More than 3 years after her son killed himself, the flood of emotions was overwhelming for Cindy Murphy. Jim DeFede, CBS News, Miami.
Children, families,
More than 100 people rallied in front of the nonprofit Circle of Brotherhood to protest the defunding of programs meant to curb gun violence. The federal cuts include the end of a $2 million grant program. CBS News Miami's Joe Murray explains.
Who do we serve? Put your hands.
It's a call to action, the Circle of Brotherhood rallying to make up what's been lost.
Miami-Dade County has one of the lowest homicide rates that it's had in years. Circle of Brotherhood shares in that.
As we reported last week, the Justice Department cut a $2 billion grant that has funded the nonprofit in their work to stop violence.
Individual came up yesterday and gave a $10,000 check, let alone the businesses that we are going to be contacting, let alone the foundations we're going to be contacting with. This is a heartstring issue, and we know people here in Miami can afford to support this movement.
We have seen through over the years and through data that when you have community violence intervention programs, gun violence reduces and we get to save lives.
We spoke to this group of teenagers who say the Circle has given them a future. Stanley Johnson tells me it kept him from joining a gang.
It's all around the neighborhoods, but I mean how they prevented me from doing that is like involving me in all type of activities that kept me away from that.
And when I was feeling down multiple times where I wanted to harm myself in any type of way, they helped me like with therapy, like anything they'll talk to me, they'll provide me with help, any type of help they could give, they'll help me.
What do you think will happen?
I do think there will be like a rise in violence and that type of things. The Brotherhood is very good with keeping those type of things off the streets and everything. So I do think there will be a rise in that if the Brotherhood was to go away.
These pictures behind the speakers tell the story that when funding goes down, murder goes up. Now the Circle is only beginning their fundraising efforts and they hope to make up that $2 million with private donations. In Miami, Joan Murray, CBS News, Miami.
When we come back, are you ready for storm season? What to know ahead of what's expected to be a busy one.
From South Florida, this is Headliners, only on CBS News Miami.
Welcome back. I'm Elliot Rodriguez. It's an ugly and smelly problem impacting South Florida beaches. Sargassum seaweed is washing up on our shores. Next weather meteorologist Shane Hinton met a woman claiming to have a solution for the sargassum problem, one that could be a building block for our future.
You might have already noticed large amounts washing up on our shoreline. Sargassum is a type of seaweed which mostly comes from an area in the Atlantic referred to as the Great Atlantic Sargassum Belt. Whether it's respiratory irritation, the rotten egg smell, or the inconvenience of your favorite beach spot being bogged down with blankets of sea debris, sargassum is quite the problem for local governments who keep the beaches clean. That prompted Raquel D'Antonio and her father to come up with a solution.
10 years ago, we went to a wedding in Mexico, and that's when the beaches were covered by sargassum. And that's when my father said, oh, there's so much of it, what can we do with it?
The answer came in the form of a product they came up with. It's called Sargassum Eco-Lumber, a product created from seaweed and recycled plastics, which provides a sustainable alternative to lumber that comes from trees.
Sargassum, like what you think here is a waste, it can be the building block for your next home.
A home built out of seaweed? Well, that's not all. This eco-lumber could be used for everything from shipping pallets to flooring. According to the National Association of Home Builders, the United States doesn't currently produce enough lumber to meet the country's demand.
We could provide a U.S. manufacturing alternative to lumber that is also sustainable, that is very competitive in price, and it's more durable than regular lumber.
Raquel mentioned a typical 4x8 plywood panel starts at around $38 per panel on average, and Sargassum Eco Lumber would cost about the same. However, the Eco Lumber is resistant to water, pests, rot, and rust. A bonus benefit from the product is in the manufacturing process, which is said to be low emission and chemical free. In fact, the Eco Lumber traps gases from sargassum within the product, preventing it from being emitted into the atmosphere like it would in a landfill or on the shoreline.
Our oceans are filled with plastics that break down into microplastics. So we're not only solving the sargassum inundation crisis, so also the plastic crisis.
That was next weather meteorologist Shane Hinton reporting, and Raquel mentioned Sargassum Eco Lumber is hoping to open its first manufacturing facility in Miami. Hurricane season is less than a month away, and if you're not yet thinking about preparing for the upcoming season, you may want to reconsider those thoughts. That includes knowing the difference between a watch and a warning, and what each means in terms of timing out final preps for a potential storm. Next Weather Chief Meteorologist and Hurricane Specialist Ivan Cabrera has more on that.
Our next weather team can tell you a lot about a storm and what we're expecting with it, including the storm's path, rainfall amounts, wind speeds, and more. We will prepare you with a lot of information days ahead of the storm, but be cautious on social media. Some of those posts are intended to grab attention by exaggerating or even making up forecasts. Know your alerts. Know the difference between a watch and a warning. In general, a watch means impacts are possible. A warning means impacts are expected or happening. Specifically, a hurricane watch, it just means hurricane conditions are possible somewhere within the watch area within the next 48 hours. Now, a hurricane warning means hurricane conditions are expected somewhere within the warning area within 36 hours. You want to seek shelter in a sturdy structure or evacuate if ordered. This also applies to tropical storms, and remember, a tropical system does not have to reach hurricane intensity to be deadly. Don't focus on a specific storm category. All hurricanes and all tropical storms can bring life-threatening storm surge, inland flooding, and damaging winds. I'm Chief Meteorologist and Hurricane Specialist Ivan Cabrera, CBS News, Miami.
When we come back, see how a South Florida organization is raising up the next generation of female leaders. Stick around.
From South Florida, this is Headliners, only on CBS News, Miami.
Welcome back to Headliners. I'm Elliot Rodriguez. Nearly 300,000 people attended Formula One last weekend at Hard Rock Stadium. Had to be prepared to feed all of them. But what happens when there's food left over? CBS News Miami's Morgan Reiner went to find out.
Formula One is over, but the work here at Hard Rock Stadium just getting started. There are truckloads full of food leaving the stadium today to go to local charities across South Florida.
The sprint in Miami is underway.
But as you can imagine, doing 275,000 people over 3 days, it's quite a bit.
Preparing for Formula One is like prepping for the Super Bowl 3 days in a row.
We start going into what we refer to as dynamic planning, which is how much food we order, how much do we prep for an event like this scale.
This being the 4th Formula One race at Hard Rock Stadium.
So our numbers continue to get a lot better from the sustainability portion. There's not a lot of overspending, and like I said, there's not a lot of wasteful spending or food that's here at the end of the race.
Every bit of food that's not used has a place to go.
Today we're here at the Hard Rock Stadium collecting food.
Larita Santa Catarina is the site coordinator for Food Rescue US in South Florida.
We help coordinate with multiple social service agencies that are in Miami-Dade and Broward counties.
Because she said the need for food in the community is great.
We work with a lot of pantries and social service agencies. In these pantries, we're noticing getting calls that their shelves are empty, that either having a hard time keeping food in the pantry shelves, and a lot of that is due to the grocery prices are high, and so the need for donations is greater than ever.
So 80 to 100,000 pounds worth of food will go a long way.
Well, translates to about 75,000 to 90,000 meals.
5 trucks are leaving Hard Rock Stadium today, but it doesn't stop there. They will continue filling up trucks over the coming days until every ounce of food that can be used is used. At Hard Rock Stadium, Morgan Reiner, CBS News, Miami.
In this week's all-new Miami Proud, we're shining the spotlight on a nonprofit organization dedicated to nurturing the next generation of community leaders. CBS News Miami's Naja Sherman takes us behind the scenes of Girls, Inc. of Greater Miami for an inspiring look at their life-changing work.
Girls, Inc. of Greater Miami empowers young girls through innovative educational programs that encourage them to be strong, smart, and bold. Their initiatives focus on building skills in science, math, and technology while guiding them through the everyday challenges they face. 8th grader Anna Pena is experiencing her first year in the program. She told me about the impact it has had on her.
I was still kind of shy, but now it's made me more confident.
Pena, along with her peers, just joined the brand new Girls, Inc. speech and debate team, which which launched in January. For the first time, they showcased their skills at the Girls Inc. Fuel Her Fire Luncheon fundraiser.
At Girls Inc., we believe girls have the right to be confident.
Founder and CEO of Girls Inc., Virginia Akar, told me how the program has evolved over the years.
This is everything culminating in one moment. Everything that we started 6 years ago with one program for 30 girls, today is now 300 girls at 8 different programs. So today is a display of that. Today you'll see for the first time the girls that participate in our Bold Voices Speech and Debate Club, a program that we just rolled out, and the girls are here to speak in public for the first time.
8th grader Isabella Lozano shared with me how Girls Inc. has given her a platform to express herself through writing.
So being able to do this extracurricular is amazing for me because it gives me the opportunity to write, and the topics that they give us is something that I'm very interested in and something that I feel very strongly about.
So we currently partner with 5 Miami-Dade County Public Schools. The big dream is to be a partner with every single school in the county. There are 177,000 girls, low-income girls, attending Miami-Dade County Public Schools. We want to reach every single one.
Akar emphasizes that giving these girls access to role models, opportunities, and educational training can dramatically change the trajectory of their futures. The Girls Inc. after-school programs are offered to the girls at zero cost to their families. Naja Sherman, CBS News, Miami.
Great program, and thank you so much for joining us this half hour for Headliners. As always, keep it right here to CBS News Miami for up-to-the-minute breaking news and weather 24 hours a day. Make it a great day.